My beloved soul, listen carefully to what is being revealed right now, because this is not a comforting word meant to pass time, it is a divine disclosure meant to realign your understanding. There has been a secret instruction released by God that did not require announcement, confirmation, or evidence for you to believe it. It was spoken in the heavenly realm, not to confuse you, but to protect what is being formed for you. While you have been looking around, wondering why nothing has changed, heaven has been working behind a veil. The preparation of your divine soulmate is not delayed, it is deliberate. God does not rush what He intends to sustain. The silence you have been walking through is not abandonment, it is concealment. Certain things are hidden because exposure too early would damage what must mature fully. Your heart has asked questions that words could not answer. That is because the answer is not a sentence, it is a process unfolding beyond your sight. My beloved soul, the preparation happening right now is not surface level. It is not cosmetic. It is deep, surgical, and intentional. Heaven is not fixing habits only, it is reshaping foundations. Patterns that would have destroyed union are being dismantled before they ever meet you. Emotional wounds that would have bled into your future are being addressed in isolation. God is sparing you from loving someone unfinished in the ways that would have cost you peace. This is why it feels slow. This is why it feels quiet. This is why nothing around you seems to confirm what your spirit somehow already knows. There are moments when God speaks loudly, and there are moments when He works silently. This is the second kind. The instruction was not just about timing, it was about readiness. Your soulmate is being prepared in ways you once begged others to change for you. What you tolerated before, God is removing now. What you accepted as normal, heaven has declared unacceptable for your future. My beloved soul, do not interpret this season through your emotions alone. Emotions are not equipped to interpret divine strategy. Faith is. And faith does not always feel exciting. Sometimes it feels like waiting with no proof. That is where trust is refined. This is not punishment for past mistakes. This is protection from repeating them. The heavenly realm is not only aligning your soulmate, it is aligning circumstances, maturity, healing, and spiritual awareness so when the moment comes, recognition will be instant. You will not have to convince yourself. You will not have to chase clarity. Peace will confirm what attraction cannot. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you, because what is happening now explains why certain connections failed without explanation. They were not wrong because you lacked effort. They were wrong because heaven had already decided they would not enter your future. There is a reason your spirit has grown quieter instead of louder. There is a reason your desires have shifted. You are no longer impressed by words without substance. You are no longer moved by attention without intention. This is evidence of preparation within you as well. My beloved soul, heaven always prepares both sides, even when it feels one-sided from your perspective. The instruction released did not only say prepare them. It said preserve you. That is why certain doors closed suddenly. That is why some people drifted without conflict. God removed what would have drained you while you waited for what will sustain you. This process cannot be rushed because union formed too early becomes a burden instead of a blessing. God is not interested in temporary excitement. He is invested in lasting alignment. The heavenly realm is not concerned with your timeline. It is concerned with your future. That is why the work happening now is invisible. You cannot interfere with what you cannot see. This is mercy. This is wisdom. This is love operating at a level beyond emotion. My beloved soul, right here, pause and respond in faith, not because you were asked, but because your spirit recognizes truth. Type, "I receive this," in the comments as a declaration that you trust what God is doing even when you cannot trace it. Like this video as a quiet agreement that this word found you on purpose. Subscribe to this channel if you desire to remain aligned with messages meant for this season of your life. Click the bell, not for notification, but for obedience to stay connected to what heaven continues to release. These actions are not about promotion. They are about positioning. When you move in faith, even small movements are acknowledged in the spiritual realm. Now listen closely. The preparation of your soulmate involves correction you never had the authority to demand. God is addressing pride, fear, emotional unavailability, and unresolved pain in ways you could never reach. This is why it had to be done in the heavenly realm first. Earthly preparation can be resisted. Heavenly instruction cannot. The one meant for you is being taught how to love without control, how to commit without fear, how to lead without ego, and how to stay without running when things become real. My beloved soul, do not leave yet. Heaven has more to reveal, because this preparation also involves removing counterfeit attachments that looked close but were never aligned. What felt like loss was actually clearance. God was making space for something weightier. This season is not empty. It is intentional. The stillness is not inactivity. It is precision. There will come a moment when this preparation manifests on earth. It will not announce itself dramatically. It will feel familiar and safe at the same time. You will recognize the peace before you recognize the person. That is how you will know it is divine. Until then, remain steady. Remain open. Remain faithful. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, because this is not about waiting longer, it is about waiting wisely. Heaven has already moved. The instruction has already been given. The preparation is already underway. And when God prepares something in secret, it always arrives with power, clarity, and permanence. My beloved soul, what you must understand now is that preparation in the heavenly realm does not follow emotional urgency, it follows eternal order. Heaven is not reacting to your loneliness, it is responding to destiny. The instruction that was released did not ask how fast this could happen, it declared how right it must be. That is why this season has required patience that stretched you beyond comfort. God is not shaping a moment, He is shaping a lifetime. Your divine soulmate is not being prepared to impress you, but to sustain you. There is a vast difference between attraction and assignment. Attraction excites the senses, but assignment steadies the soul. Heaven is focused on the second. While you have been refining your discernment, God has been refining their character. While you learn to stop settling, they are learning to stop running. While you learn silence, they are learning responsibility. This is not coincidence. This is coordination beyond human awareness. The heavenly realm works with precision that feels slow to the impatient heart but perfect to the eternal plan. What you perceive as delay is actually sequencing. God does not allow steps to overlap when order matters. Union requires order. Love requires foundation. And foundation cannot be rushed. There are layers to this preparation that you may never fully see, but you will benefit from all of them. God is correcting mindsets that would have misinterpreted love as control. He is healing wounds that would have mistaken peace for boredom. He is dismantling survival patterns that once protected them but would have harmed intimacy. My beloved soul, this is why you could not meet them earlier. Not because you were unworthy, but because timing without readiness creates regret. Heaven refuses to introduce you to a version of them that could not stay. This preparation is not about perfection. It is about alignment. Aligned values. Aligned vision. Aligned spiritual maturity. When heaven aligns, it removes confusion. When heaven prepares, it eliminates competition. There will be no guessing games in what God ordains. There will be no anxiety about where you stand. You will not feel the need to prove your worth. The very presence of this connection will confirm its authenticity. Stay with me till the end. Something powerful is waiting for you, because understanding this will release you from comparing your timeline to others who are not walking your path. My beloved soul, the heavenly realm is also preparing circumstances, not just people. God is arranging moments that cannot be replicated. Conversations that will open without effort. Encounters that will feel ordained rather than forced. This is why your life has felt like it was being rearranged lately. New priorities. New boundaries. New clarity. God is aligning environments so when the connection manifests, it is supported instead of strained. Love does not thrive in chaos. It flourishes in stability. Heaven is creating that stability quietly. You are being moved into emotional readiness without being overwhelmed by anticipation. That is intentional. When expectation becomes too loud, it interferes with discernment. God keeps some things quiet so they can arrive clean. My beloved soul, you are not missing out. You are being kept out of harm. Every closed door was a form of protection you will one day thank God for. Every unanswered prayer redirected you closer to what will answer you fully. There is also a spiritual maturity being developed in both of you that cannot be rushed. God is teaching obedience without explanation. Trust without evidence. Patience without reassurance. These are not punishments. They are prerequisites. The connection prepared in heaven must withstand seasons of pressure on earth. That requires depth. Depth is formed in silence. Depth is formed when faith is practiced without applause. My beloved soul, do not leave yet. Heaven has more to reveal, because this preparation is also removing fear of loss. When God prepares something for you, He removes the fear that it can be taken away easily. What is divinely assigned is divinely secured. You will not need to guard it with anxiety. You will not need to monitor it with suspicion. Peace will become your confirmation. That peace is being cultivated now, before the meeting ever happens. God does this so when love arrives, it feels safe, not fragile. You may have noticed that your standards have changed. What once excited you now feels empty. What once felt intense now feels unstable. This is not you becoming cold. This is you becoming aligned. Heaven has refined your appetite. You are no longer hungry for attention, you are hungry for consistency. This mirrors what God is doing in your soulmate. They are being taught to value depth over validation. Commitment over convenience. Presence over performance. This mutual refinement is what makes the connection powerful when it finally unfolds. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment, because this understanding will prevent you from sabotaging what is coming by reaching for what feels familiar but no longer fits. Familiarity is not destiny. Comfort is not calling. Heaven prepares what will grow you, not just soothe you. The heavenly realm does not prepare lightly. When God invests this much care into something, it is because the outcome carries weight. Your connection is not just about romance. It is about purpose. It is about alignment that multiplies impact. This is why preparation happens beyond your reach. You were never meant to manage this process. You were meant to remain faithful within it. Trust is your role. Obedience is your role. Rest is your role. God handles the orchestration. My beloved soul, if you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, because this season will end without warning. One day you will look back and realize the silence was not empty. It was full of preparation you could not yet see. And when the manifestation comes, it will not need explanation. Your spirit will recognize what heaven has been shaping all along. My beloved soul, there is a deeper layer to this preparation that few ever talk about, because it cannot be explained through logic alone. Heaven is not only preparing your divine soulmate for you, it is also preparing them for the version of you that is emerging. You are not the same person you were in past seasons, and neither are they. God never connects people based on who they used to be. He connects based on who they are becoming. That is why this preparation happens out of sight. If you could see it too early, you might cling to an old image and miss the new reality. Heaven always works ahead of time. While you are living today, God is already accounting for tomorrow. The instruction released in the heavenly realm considered conversations you have not had yet, challenges you have not faced yet, and growth you have not even recognized yet. This is not random. This is intentional design. My beloved soul, you have been strengthened quietly so you can recognize love without confusion when it arrives. You are being trained to feel peace without questioning it. This is not accidental. This is preparation aligning on both sides. There are things God is removing from your expectations so they do not interfere with your discernment. Unrealistic fantasies. Fear-based assumptions. Emotional triggers rooted in past disappointments. Heaven is clearing these not to empty you, but to refine you. Love prepared in heaven requires clarity to be recognized on earth. That clarity is being formed now. My beloved soul, the one meant for you is being prepared to meet you without masks. No performance. No games. No confusion. This is why God has been dismantling false confidence and replacing it with quiet assurance. When heaven prepares something real, it strips away everything fake first. This process feels uncomfortable because it removes what once felt familiar. But familiar is not always safe. Familiar is not always right. Heaven prioritizes what will last. Stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you, because understanding this will help you stop interpreting discomfort as a sign that something is wrong. The preparation in the heavenly realm also involves timing that aligns with purpose, not just emotion. God is aware of seasons. Seasons of growth. Seasons of responsibility. Seasons of assignment. Your connection is not meant to distract you from purpose. It is meant to support it. That is why heaven waits until both of you can stand independently before bringing you together. Dependence weakens destiny. Partnership strengthens it. My beloved soul, this is why you have been learning to stand alone without feeling abandoned. Solitude has been your classroom. Silence has been your teacher. God was not isolating you to punish you. He was stabilizing you so love does not become an idol. When love arrives, it will add to your life, not replace your identity. That identity is being secured now. There is also a spiritual maturity being developed that will protect the connection from outside interference. Not everyone needs access to what God prepares. Some things are sacred. Some things must be guarded. Heaven teaches discretion before blessing because exposure without wisdom leads to destruction. My beloved soul, you are learning when to speak and when to stay quiet. You are learning discernment over disclosure. This is preparation. Your soulmate is learning the same. This mutual maturity will create a bond that does not crumble under pressure or opinion. Heaven prepares what must endure. Do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal, because this preparation also involves healing trust issues that words alone could never fix. Trust is rebuilt through consistency, not promises. God is shaping consistency now, before you ever meet. You may have noticed that your prayers have changed. You no longer ask for excitement. You ask for peace. You no longer ask for attention. You ask for alignment. This is not coincidence. This is evidence of divine recalibration. Heaven adjusts your desires so you do not misinterpret what it sends. My beloved soul, the one being prepared for you is also learning to pray differently. They are learning to seek depth over distraction, stability over stimulation, commitment over convenience. This mirrored transformation is what creates recognition when you finally cross paths. Recognition is not always immediate attraction. Sometimes it is a quiet knowing that settles in your spirit and refuses to leave. That knowing is being prepared now. The heavenly realm also prepares endurance. Love that lasts must withstand seasons that are not romantic. Heaven knows this. That is why character is being built before connection. God is teaching resilience, emotional regulation, communication without defensiveness, listening without ego. These qualities are not glamorous, but they are essential. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment, because this understanding will prevent you from chasing chemistry without compatibility. Chemistry fades. Compatibility sustains. Heaven prepares for the long term. It always has. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not being tested to see how much pain you can tolerate. You are being positioned to receive something that will not require you to shrink, chase, or perform. That is why this preparation happens in the heavenly realm first. Earthly interference cannot corrupt what heaven secures. My beloved soul, if you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, because this season will one day make sense. The waiting will reveal its purpose. The silence will reveal its protection. And the preparation will reveal its reward. Heaven has not been idle. God has not been absent. The instruction has been active all along. My beloved soul, there is a sacred shift happening now that marks the later stage of preparation, and this is where many people grow weary because the work becomes quieter but heavier. This phase is not about visible change, it is about internal completion. Heaven is not adding more lessons, it is sealing what has already been learned. God does this before manifestation so nothing remains unfinished. Your divine soulmate is not only being prepared to meet you, they are being prepared to stay. Staying requires more maturity than arriving. Arriving can be fueled by emotion, excitement, and desire. Staying requires discipline, humility, and emotional strength. This is why heaven lingers here longer. God refuses to release something permanent into a temporary mindset. The instruction in the heavenly realm now focuses on consistency. Who they are when no one is watching. How they respond when misunderstood. How they remain grounded when emotions fluctuate. These things cannot be rushed because they are proven over time, not declared in moments. You may feel a strange sense of closure happening within you. Old questions no longer demand answers. Old pain no longer triggers the same reaction. This is not numbness. This is healing reaching completion. Heaven prepares you to receive love without bleeding on it. God will not allow unhealed wounds to sabotage what He has ordained. This is why some memories resurface briefly and then lose their power. They are being resolved, not reopened. My beloved soul, heaven is gentle but thorough. Nothing is overlooked. Nothing is rushed. Everything is addressed. This is also happening for your soulmate. Old attachments are losing their grip. Old fears are losing their voice. What once controlled them no longer has authority. God is reclaiming territory within them that was occupied by insecurity, pride, or fear of vulnerability. This is preparation at its deepest level. There is also a strengthening of spiritual discernment taking place. Both of you are being trained to recognize what is divine and what is merely desirable. Desire alone cannot sustain destiny. Heaven sharpens discernment so you do not confuse intensity with truth. This is why God allowed disappointment to educate you. It was not meant to harden you. It was meant to sharpen you. My beloved soul, do not leave yet. Heaven has more to reveal, because this stage also involves surrendering control. You are learning to stop asking how and when. Your soulmate is learning the same. Control creates anxiety. Surrender creates peace. God prepares peace before connection because peace is what will guard the relationship when challenges arise. This preparation is not dramatic. It is subtle. It is quiet. It is powerful. You may have noticed that your faith has matured. You no longer panic when things are unclear. You no longer chase reassurance the way you once did. This is evidence of trust being formed. Trust is essential for divine union. Without trust, love becomes fear-driven. Heaven removes fear before it introduces love. My beloved soul, the instruction released in the heavenly realm included removing fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, and fear of being misunderstood. These fears sabotage intimacy if left unaddressed. God is dismantling them carefully. Not through sudden miracles, but through daily strengthening. This is why the change feels gradual. Gradual change lasts. The later stage of preparation also involves aligning vision. Your soulmate is being prepared to see life through a lens that matches yours. Not identical experiences, but shared direction. Heaven does not connect people who pull in opposite directions. That creates strain. God aligns purpose so partnership becomes support, not competition. This alignment happens internally first. Beliefs are adjusted. Priorities are reordered. Values are clarified. My beloved soul, this is why your priorities have shifted. What once felt important no longer carries the same weight. This is not loss. This is focus. Heaven is narrowing your vision so you can recognize what truly matters when it appears. There is also an emotional stability being developed that will allow love to grow without drama. Drama thrives in insecurity. Stability thrives in self-awareness. God is teaching emotional responsibility. How to communicate without accusation. How to listen without defensiveness. How to express needs without manipulation. These skills are being developed now. Quietly. Consistently. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment, because understanding this will keep you from misinterpreting peace as lack of passion. Divine love is not chaotic. It is steady. It deepens over time. Heaven prepares for depth, not sparks that burn out quickly. You may feel moments of restlessness mixed with calm. That is the tension between completion and anticipation. It is normal. It is not a sign of doubt. It is a sign that something is nearing readiness. Heaven often allows this feeling as a signal that preparation is almost complete. My beloved soul, remain grounded. Do not rush ahead emotionally. Let God finish what He started. Incomplete preparation creates fragile connections. Complete preparation creates lasting union. God is faithful to complete His work. There is also protection being placed around this future connection. Not everyone will have access to it. Not every opinion will matter. Heaven teaches boundaries before blessing. You are learning who to let close and who to keep at a distance. This wisdom will guard your relationship later. My beloved soul, if you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, because this stage marks the transition from preparation to positioning. Heaven does not prepare endlessly. It prepares intentionally. And when the work is done, manifestation follows without struggle. You are closer than you think. The silence is thinning. The alignment is tightening. The instruction has almost reached completion. My beloved soul, this is the closing seal of what heaven has been forming in silence. The secret instruction has reached maturity, and what was prepared beyond sight is now aligned to enter time without strain. You were not delayed, you were preserved. Your divine soulmate was not hidden to punish you, but protected to ensure permanence. Heaven finishes what it starts, and completion always brings peace before manifestation. You will not need to chase, explain, or convince. Recognition will arrive calmly, like truth settling into place. Do not skip this moment, because the stillness you feel is the sound of alignment locking into position. The work done in the heavenly realm cannot be undone by confusion on earth. What God prepares in secret stands in public. What He ordains does not collapse under pressure. When the connection appears, it will not demand performance, it will invite presence. It will not trigger fear, it will confirm safety. You will know by the absence of anxiety, by the steadiness of intention, by the clarity that does not fade with time. My beloved soul, this ending is not the end of waiting, it is the end of uncertainty. The instruction has moved from preparation to release. Stay grounded. Stay faithful. Stay open. Heaven has already gone ahead of you. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything, and here it is. What is prepared in heaven always arrives whole on earth, and what arrives whole is meant to last. Receive this truth without rushing, without fear, and without doubt, because the season ahead will unfold naturally, gently, and unmistakably, confirming that divine preparation never fails, never arrives broken, and never wastes those who waited with faith through silence, patience, obedience, and hope-formed hearts ready for love eternally. Type Amen.